Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts. This is episode 9. On the last episode we finished up Deep Jungle, learned that Clayton kind of went to the dark side and summoned the Heartless to the world, tried to take it over by using the Heartless to capture the gorillas, but in the end Sora and gang kicked his ass, and well, he basically died by falling under a giant chameleon. It was weird, but we finished and we got a brand new Keyblade that I'm totally going to equip once I get control of Sora in this level. And I'm just going to check a few things with our equipment, but for the most part, we've arrived at the next world. I've skipped the gummy ship mission. There was nothing too crazy with it this time, no cutscene, no nothing. So we're going to get started and disembark. And we have arrived at the Olympus Coliseum. So yes, this is based off of Disney's Hercules, which is one of my favorite Disney movies for one reason, and one reason only, and that is because of a certain actor that's in that movie, because he totally sells the humor in that movie 110%. It's not the best Disney movie, but this guy does it, and I'm not going to tell you who that is right now, but when we see him, you'll know who I'm talking about. So this world is very short, and like I said at the end of the last video, we're going to do this all in one sitting. So I'm going to hit the Trinity marker here. I'm going to grab the chest before we go in, because this world is pretty easy to finish in one go with everything. I think there's 2 Trinity marks we can't get right now, but for the most part, we can get a lot of this stuff right now. Mega Potion. I think there's another Trinity marker on the other statue. So yeah, this world only has 2 areas. It's this front gate thing here, and inside the Coliseum itself, and that's it. There's also an arena, but that's basically it. So it's another small world, and it's not a small world after all. That's not this game. That's a later game. More puppies! Don't worry, I'll be again putting that into the final video near the end of the run, so don't worry about that. And we're going to the lobby. And if we look over to the left there's a very familiar looking face, or I should say familiar figure.
Good timing. Give me a hand, will you? Move that pedestal over there for me. I gotta spruce this place up for the games.
Okay, I guess we're gonna move this block. Alright, well, so I guess I lied. There is one more thing we have to push in Kingdom Hearts, so I guess this is technically the 3rd thing, only, wait a minute, nope. It weighs a ton. So yeah, no matter how hard you try, you can't move this block, because you need Yellow Trinity, which we don't get till, again, the end of the game.
Way too heavy.
What? Too heavy? Since when have you been such a little... Oh, wrong guy. What are you doing here? This here's the world-famous Coliseum, heroes only. And I got my hands full preparing for the games, so run along, pipsqueaks. Look, it's like this. Heroes are coming from all over to fight ferocious monsters right here in the Coliseum.
You've got heroes standing right in front of you.
Yup, he's a real hero chosen by the Keyblade.
And we're heroes too.
Hero? That grunt?
What's so funny? I fought a bunch of monsters.
Hey, if you can't even move this, you can't call yourself the hero? Yeah. Okay, so it takes more than brawn. Well, let's see what you can do.
So yeah, we want to enter the games, but Phil's kind of giving us the runaround here where he won't let us. So instead he's going to give us the trials. You got what it takes? You ready? I'm ready. Okay, kid, let's see what you got. So yeah, by trials, he doesn't necessarily mean fighting anything right now. We're going to fight barrels. So yeah, this is kind of annoyingly interesting, I guess. The rules are simple. Bust all the barrels within the time limit. Ready? Go. So the easiest way to do this is, and again, I totally lied and didn't equip the right Keyblade, so remind me to do that after this fight. So you have to hit all the barrels. It's easy enough if you know that by hitting certain barrels, you can knock them into other barrels. So you see that? I threw that into the other one. That's how you can get a faster time. This first section is pretty easy. I could have done it one by one. I still would have had plenty of time. This good one, the second challenge here with the 25 barrels, this is a little annoying because you kind of have to get lucky with some hits. So yeah, there I'm already probably not doing so hot. You have about a minute, so there is time. So like here, what you want to do is you want to angle yourself straight and try to do that, where you can hit a few extra barrels with the barrel you're hitting first. So throwing them into other things is kind of a necessity. Also trying to stay in line, good idea too. So like for this one, we're going to turn the camera on, try to angle it out straight. Again, don't have a whole lot of time here, and I just got those 4 right there. Same thing here, I want to aim for the middle one. Sometimes you need to lock on. I'm going to hit it and swing it, and oh, look at that. You saw that? It went all the way to the platform over there. Otherwise, you have to do this and try to angle it straight, and I totally missed that. Granted, I wasn't really aiming for it, but yeah, if I didn't do that cool thing with the 3 barrels, I would have had to hit that top one right into it, and boom, I did it in one go. Usually, that takes me about 2 tries, so I'm glad I got that really fast. Hey, you're better than I thought.
You know, you ain't bad, kid.
Looks like I'm headed for the games.
Afraid not.
Why not?
2 words. You guys ain't heroes.
Come on.
Want to become a real hero? Start by mastering this spell. Obtain the power of thunder. We learned thunder. Yeah. So yeah, he still won't let us in. Sorry, I can't let you into the games just yet, but I can train you for them. So you can start training, and it'll just go back to the barrels. But if you tell him I'm ready for the games, you don't get it, do you? No entry pass for you. So nothing to do here. So I guess we'll just leave. Bye, Phil. See you later, or never. And now this is why I love the movie Hercules. This guy right here.
Rather a stubborn old goat, wouldn't you say?
Who are you?
Oh, hey, hold on there, Fuzzboy. Wait, let me guess. You want to enter the games, right? Well then, hey, get a load of this.
A pass?
It's all yours. Good luck, kid. I'm pulling for you, little shorty.
So yes, Hades. Hades is awesome. I know he didn't really introduce himself right there, but yeah, Hades is amazing in the Hercules movie. And mainly because he doesn't really rely on a lot of pop cultural jokes. He's very sort of in the moment. There's a lot of Greek references that he throws out, which is kind of cool. He's a fun character. James Woods is like amazing as Hades. So, and I'm so glad they got him to reprise his role in all the Kingdom Hearts games, because trust me, no one can do his voice other than him. So yeah, before we go and do this, because now we're actually going to be fighting Heartless, I want to change Sora's Keyblade to Jungle Key. So yeah, my strength just now went up to 21. Very, very nice. And I think I will switch to White Fang, because that raises my strength too, so that's pretty cool. So I want to be in tip-top shape here when we do this. Hey, how did you get this? Can we enter the games now? Well, I guess so. We'll start with the preliminaries. Ready for the preliminaries? Yep, let's go. Some real weirdos signed up for the games. Better watch yourself. So yeah, we have to deal with the preliminary rounds here in Olympus with all of the Heartless that have joined up. So basically now you just enter sort of a gauntlet with, I think it's 7 matches. I always forget how many there are in this preliminary thing, where you just got to fight off all the Heartless. And the cool thing about this one is you gain experience. That's pretty fast. Again, we're way over leveled for this stuff. You gain experience when you fight here. Something I hated about Kingdom Hearts 2 was that you don't gain experience in fighting in the Colosseums, but yet it says it at like the bottom of each cup that you don't gain experience for this, you don't gain experience for this, which makes you think that one of the cups will let you gain experience, but none of them do, which is so annoying. So I love this first game where you can just fight all the Heartless you want here, and you can gain a whole bunch of extra levels without actually having to like scour other worlds and stuff again. You're no heroes yet, but you're not doing bad. Lucky you came to me for coaching. Something tells me he'll be a tough one to beat. Who knows, maybe you'll end up facing him. So yes, that was a little cameo of another Final Fantasy character that we will be fighting very shortly. I'll give you a fun little factoid about his character development in this game when we get there, just not right now. So yeah, you can level up through these rounds, and later on you get to do other fights here, and it's basically an easy way to gain some quick experience. And right now I'm just getting sort of the standard 1-2 points, because it's, again, I'm supposed to have done this in order, and I shouldn't be level 22 like I am right now, so trust me. So you get these little matches where you get a bunch of random Heartless, and you get different Heartless depending on which matches you enter later on in the game, so it changes, which is kind of cool. So yeah, Hercules, I love that movie. Just, that is a really fun movie. A lot of people get on its case because the music's not so great. It's still part of the Disney Renaissance like Tarzan was, but a lot of people get on that movie for having a weird soundtrack because they went with like a gospel-y choir type thing. It's kind of weird. Say, you're better than I thought, kid. Wish he was here to see this. Who? Hercules. He's a hero if there ever was one. Too bad he's off visiting his father. Who isn't in this game. In fact, we won't actually see Mount Olympus until we still haven't seen it. Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to have Olympus. We're actually going to be able to go to Olympus proper finally after how many years of having the Olympus Coliseum in game, and we've only ever seen this stadium and the underworld for the most part. That's pretty much all we get. So yeah, let's finish off these guys right here. So yeah, Hercules, great movie, really funny, got a great story, great voice cast, honestly, out of everybody in there. It's really fun. I like that one a lot. Again, gets a bad rap. I don't know why. Just because the music isn't so great. Does that really make a big difference? I think it's because I don't know if Alan Menken was like the golden boy of like Disney's 90s movies. He made like every movie's soundtrack. He even did like the score. I don't think he did Hercules. I can't remember. I might be really wrong. Future Chris, edit the video and tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, I'm gonna agree with whatever just popped up on the screen there. So yeah, kind of gets a bad rap.
That little punk is your next opponent, okay? Now don't blow it. Just take him out.
The great god of the underworld is afraid of a kid? Sorry, but my contract says...
I know! You think I don't know? I wrote the contract! I know it says you're only required to kill Hercules in this tournament. But you gotta fight that kid to get to him. Come on. Hey, it's like that old goat says. Rule number 11. It's all just a game. So let loose and have fun with it. I mean, a casualty or two along the way. It's no big deal, right? Jeez. Stiffer than the stiffs back home. Still, suckers like him are hard to come by.
So yeah, Cloud is our next opponent, and it's going to be really fun fighting Cloud. He's one of my favorite characters from the Final Fantasy series because I like his character a lot. I know that he's... Oh my god, oh, thank god we have the Cure Spell. I almost forgot I had that. Almost thought I was going to die. So yeah, Cloud I like because his character is pretty well defined. I know he's like the loner character that's overused in JRPGs, but he's got a good backstory I like a lot that's kind of easy to relate to. So he's a cool character. If you've never played Final Fantasy VII, I highly recommend you do. They're supposed to be remaking it, but we haven't heard any news on that in a long while, so don't really know where they are with that. I think it's in... They're developing it alongside Kingdom Hearts 3, so maybe when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, we'll get more news on that. So yeah, this is Cloud, and for those that know what Cloud looks like from Final Fantasy, you might think it's weird that he has that red cape and the weird gauntlet thing and the shielding on his body. Well, apparently it's because Tetsuya Nomura, who actually drew Cloud in Final Fantasy VII and created the characters in Final Fantasy VII, he wanted to incorporate Vincent Valentine, another character from 7, into Kingdom Hearts, but unfortunately they couldn't find a good spot for him, so they decided to incorporate elements of Vincent Valentine into Cloud's design. So the cape and the gauntlet thing are meant to resemble Vincent, which is kind of cool, although I would rather them just have Vincent in the game, because, you know, the game, as we'll go through the series, there's a lot less Final Fantasy and a lot more original characters in Disney. Don't get me wrong, I love that they do the original characters. In fact, the original characters are some of the best things in Kingdom Hearts. But I really wish we got a little bit more Final Fantasy love, because, I mean, the game is developed by Square, the guys that made Final Fantasy, and Donald and Goofy are dead. Also, this is another alternate fight. You can die here and the game doesn't end, or you go to the continue screen, but you can beat them. You get 80 points of experience and an alternate cutscene here. So if you lose, Sora, I think, is weakened, but if you win, we get this, where he goes over to him. But nothing happens, and they don't say anything. It immediately cuts to this, which, yeah, right here. This is where we pick up.
Oh, right, there was one other rule. I forgot. Accident happened.
Hey, Phil! Get them out of here!
Whew, that was close. That was Cerberus, the guardian of the underworld. Herc should be able to handle him. But then again, maybe not. This doesn't look good. So yeah, we have to go back in and help Hercules, who, if you couldn't tell by that brief little line of dialogue, is voiced by Sean Astin. Not the same guy who voiced him in the movie. That was Tate Donovan. Surprisingly, they got Donovan to come back and voice him in Kingdom Hearts 2. So it's a little awkward. I guess Donovan didn't come back, or they didn't ask him to come back, because Hercules only has about maybe 3 lines worth of dialogue in this game. So not really worth getting the actual guy back. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, he talks a lot more. So I'm glad they got him back for that. Just anytime they use the original voice cast, always a good thing in my book. So we can talk to Phil again, but he's just going to say, I hope Herc's okay, wish I could go in. So let's run in there and try to save him. Kid, you're not entering the arena, are you? This ain't some match. This is for real. I'm not afraid. You can decide if I'm hero material or not. Careful, kid. So yeah, there's actually something very funny about this fight that I'll explain once we get started here.
Kid, I got 2 words of advice for you. Attack!
So yeah, this is Cerberus, and he is tough. If you'd gone the other way with the world map and you hadn't gone here last, this fight can be annoying without the cure spell, so I'm glad I do Deep Jungle when I do it. Now, the funny thing, if you noticed, was Cerberus had 2 health bars here, but he actually doesn't. You get to fight him a lot later on in the game in a tournament thing that you get access to near the end, and he actually has, I think, about 5 bars of health, and Hercules is going to make a note of it later when we leave, where he says that he wore him down. And he really did, because he left us with 2 health bars to make it a lot easier for us. Otherwise, it could have been challenging. Although, not too challenging, because, again, I'm totally kicking ass here with my higher level Sora than I should be. Run away, run away, run away. Yeah, so if you're not really over-leveled like this, you have to dodge these things, and you really got to watch his moves, because he does this thing where he's going to snap at me, and it's bad. Like, he'll do this, and that takes a lot of health away. Like, look at that. That took a chunk, and Goofy and Donald are dead. See, this is where they're going to start dying a lot. It's just going to happen. There's nothing we can really do. And 200 points, no leveling up. Kind of sucks, but easy, beat them, and that's it.
Thus, I do hereby dub thee junior heroes and confer upon thee full rights and privileges to participate in the games. Further...
Hey, what do you mean, junior heroes?
You rookies still don't understand what it takes to be a true hero.
So, what does it take?
Well, that's just something you'll have to find out for yourselves. Just the way that I did.
No problem. We'll start by proving ourselves in the games.
There ain't gonna be any games for a while. Gotta clean up the mess from that last battle first.
Okay, we'll be back.
I still can't believe that Squirt actually beat Cerberus.
Just between us, I'd already worn Cerberus down by the time the little guy jumped in.
My lips are sealed.
So we got our hero's license, which is a hell of a lot easier to obtain than any license in the real world where you gotta wait at the DMV. Just not fun times. Anyway, so that's it. We basically finished Olympus Coliseum, but if you noticed, we didn't seal a keyhole here, and it was really short, and that's because we're not really done. As Phil said, there's gonna be some more games, but not for a while. So if you look here on the side, you'll notice there's 3 banners, and there's gonna be 3 tournaments plus a 4th one that's gonna go over those 3 things at the end. So 4 tournaments that we're going to have to take part in. Don't worry about that. We're not going to stop mid-game to go do them. I'm saving that again all for the end. There'll be a video at the end where I take care of that. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do that post-game, or like before the ending boss, because there's a point before the final boss where you can go back and finish everything. Haven't quite figured that out yet, but I'll get to it when I get to it. So yeah, that's it for right now. This world is incredibly short. Again, we're only 19 minutes in about, and we just have to really say goodbye to Cloud here, and that's pretty much it.
Hey, are you alright?
Yeah.
So, why did you go along with him anyway?
I'm looking for someone. Hades promised to help. I tried to exploit the power of darkness, but it backfired. I fell into darkness, and I couldn't find the light.
You'll find it. I'm searching too.
For your light? Don't lose sight of it.
How about a rematch sometime? Fair and square, no dark powers involved.
I think I'll pass.
So we just obtained Sonic Blade, which I don't think I can equip. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I want to go into the menu. Check out abilities. I don't think I can. Yeah, it's 3 points. But this is a good move where you can get to do this quick, like, dash move through all your enemies. So I might equip that later if we get enough AP. Maybe. I want to check something real quick here. No, we don't have anything to add to make that a little... to raise my AP, so I can't do that yet. So that's it. We're done with Olympus Coliseum. Like I said, really short. And that's it. This is the ending cutscene for it.
He's strong. He's kind. He's always there for you. And he's handsome to boot. He's perfect. Perfect.
Perfectly infuriated. He makes me crazy.
Wait a minute. What are you worried about? All the pieces are in place. Relax. Whoa, 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 whoa. Here's what you do. Let Hercules train the kid. In the next games, I'll take care of them both. Come on. Who invited you to the party? Stay out of this. This is my show.
As you wish. Fight to your heart's content.
And so yeah, here we are back on the world map. That's it. So like I said, we're going to go back to Olympus Coliseum. Don't worry about that, but it's going to be way later in the game. Also, I love how Hades is part of Maleficent's little plan there, but he really doesn't care about the whole princess collecting / heartless invasion thing going on with her. He just wants to kill Hercules. So I love where his head's at. It's always in the right spot where he just cares about himself. So now we're pretty much done. There's nowhere else to go. Again, like I said, it was going to be a circle of worlds here. So the gummies that we found in Wonderland and Deep Jungle are going to help us break through this little circle and make a path to the rest of the world map here. But to do that, we're going to have to go back to Traverse Town and talk to Leon. So we're going to end it here. This was a 20-minute episode. Like I said, short. There was no need to split this up in 10 minutes each. It would have been way ridiculously short. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you on the next part.